in a chilling case that has now shocked Bengaluru, a young college student was brutally murdered by a man who simply could not take no for an answer. Now here, a 19-year-old Yamini Priya, a B Pharma student, was allegedly stabbed to death by 28-year-old Vignesh, a man she knew from her neighborhood, a man consumed by jealousy and rejection. Now viewers, police say Vignesh, who was unemployed, had been stalking and pestering Yamini for months, trying to force her into a relationship that she never wanted. And recently, during the Karaga festival, he even tried to gift her a sari and a kumkum, a symbolic gesture of marriage in local custom. But Yamini, frightened and firm, refused the gift and walked away. Her family soon went to the police, but instead of registering a case, officers only filed a non-cognizable report and warned Vignesh to stay away from the girl. Now that decision, her family says, cost Yamini her life. Soon after, Vignesh's obsession turned murderous. He told his friend Harish, in fact, that if she can't be mine, she shouldn't belong to anyone else. Police say the two hatched a plan. Vignesh bought a knife, tracked her movements, and when he found her alone, he attacked her, stabbing her repeatedly before fleeing the scene. Now, Harish later, in fact, picked him up on the bike, and the two then tried to escape towards Soladevanahali on the city's outskirts. But police teams had already launched a manhunt, and when officers did spot a man with the blood-stained hands, they knew that they had their killer. Now, Vignesh had injured himself also during the attack and had not even washed off the blood as he fled. At this point, both Vignesh and his accomplice Harish, they have been arrested and they are being interrogated. Now, my colleague Mohammad Wajiola is joining me on this with more details. Wajiola, it's clearly a shocking case that has now come to light from Bengaluru. Says a lot about society as well, that a man could not take no and went on a murder spree, in fact, it seems like. Give us details of this, and also what was the police role in this? You know, the family alleges that it was a negligence on their part that eventually led to the murder.
Well, absolutely. It is a shocking case of one-sided, jilted lover who could not stand the fact that the girl did not accept him, and he went on a rage and finally did something that was horrendous. And this particular case is of an incident that happened on Thursday when we had seen visuals of how a woman brutally killed near Mantri Mall. And after that, when the investigation took place, it was learned that it was done by a stalker called Vignesh, who's a 28-year-old, and the girl goes by the name Yamini, 19-year-old. They believed to be neighbors, and they were acquaintance. They knew each other, but Vignesh was somebody who wanted to get married to her, and he had even tried to propose her, but she rejected it. The family who did not wanted to file an FIR had gone to the police and filed an NCR, which is a non-cognizable report as a warning, and the police had let him go. But Vignesh did not mend his ways, and he went on to do a deed which shocked everyone, even his own family, because nobody expected him. And the person who supported him in this entire was a person named Harish, his friend who backed him up and who even picked him up. It was luck that they had caught him at Sodanali when a manhunt was called out for Vignesh. And now the police is investigating him, though, yes, the family is distorted. They're demanding justice. But the person now has been arrested and is now behind bars. Investigation is going on. Police is still questioning. But the motive is clear because he was a jilted lover. He just did not accept the fact that she had said no and took this extreme step.
Right, Vijay, you know, you've clearly painted a large picture for our viewers as to understand how this crime unfolded. But I want to understand, where is the investigation right now?
Well, they've already finished questioning him. They've got the motive of behind this entire act. Therefore, they've arrested both Vignesh and Harish, and they're questioning him. So it is somewhere or the other an open and shut case, and they will be put behind bars. They will also be taken to the court, and the things which only after that we'll get to know. But the investigation so far clearly indicates that both of them were involved in the murder, and what we've learned is Vignesh himself has confessed to the fact that he did it because he did not want her to be with anybody. Now, how evil that thought could be, but that has resulted in the loss of one person, and now Vignesh will be spending the rest of his life behind bars.
Exactly. A precious life has been lost only because a man could not take no for an answer. On that point, thank you, Vaji, for joining us and giving us those details.